Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we will be reviewing the match between CSK and Rajasthan Royals. Interesting match today. I am taking over hosting responsibilities today because my brother here, Mustafa Ismail, has a lot to say about this game. What are your initial thoughts, Musti?
Firstly, commiserations. You're the city that you're born in. They lost today, Chennai Super Kings. I think fantastic performance from Rajasthan. They didn't have Butler, no Stokes as well. Two of their key players. We always talked about them. Those four foreigners, and two of them weren't playing. But despite that, Sanju Samson stepped up to the plate. What a magnificent innings! I think he had like 74 of 32 balls. Man, that's like
70,
a strike.
72 of 37.
74.
No. Sorry.
Yeah, 74 of 32.
Of 32, correct. You're
Yeah,
right.
231.25 strike rate. That is insane.
That's
insane. He could have got 100 easily today. The way he was batting, he ripped Chawla apart. I think that it's exactly what we predicted. The Sharjah pitch would be conducive to batting compared to the other two grounds. The ground is smaller as well, but brilliant batting from Samson and a really good partnership with Steve Smith. But I think excellent spell from Tewatia for Rajasthan. 3 wickets on a flat pitch. I think that was brilliant. He got 2 stumpings as well. But for me, the game clincher was Jofra Archer and that cameo last over going for 30 runs.
That's the only difference. I mean, they lost by 16 runs in the end. So if that cameo didn't come, they had lost the game. I mean, if it was 200 to win, Chennai had chased that down. Just a little bit of a point here. Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to say kudos to Steve Smith for stepping up. He decided, you know what, I'm going to take the mantle on my shoulders. I'm going to open the batting. You know, we have Butler. Usually Butler would have been that guy, but he comes in. He decides to open the batting. Hats off to him. You know, it's not his usual position, but he comes up. He makes that decision, and he scores the runs. I think he had 69 or something, or 47. That's what he had. So kudos to him as well. I mean, he's taking up the captaincy role pretty well, and I'm happy for Rajasthan. I mean, this has been a team that is there and thereabouts always. They spend a lot of money in the market. They spend a lot of they bring in all these good guys and they kind of come short more often than not, except for the first year, of course. But good performance by them, and they'll take a lot of heart out of this game. You were saying something?
I was just exactly what you were saying. I was just going to say that the pitch definitely suited them, but the fact, imagine Stokes and Butler back on in this squad. I think it'll be crazy. They look solid, but I just want to see how they do on the Dubai and Abu Dhabi pitches, batting wise. Bowling wise, I think they have the spinners and stuff because you saw it today. They have some decent spinners. But I wanted to ask you a question actually. MS Dhoni played the single double, and then in the end, when the game was over, he had 3 sixes. My point is not that. My point is, why didn't he come up the order?
Well, I think he mentioned it in the post match. If you notice that there was
nice cover up. Where did you hear that from?
In the post match, in the presentation. But I agree. He should have come up. But I mean, I guess he's just waiting. He wants to get back in full rhythm before he comes through. But these 3 sixes will give him a lot of confidence. It helps that you kind of just knock it out of the park like that. And a couple of them went outside the stadium completely. They noticed it went like literally on the road outside. So take confidence out of this. This is a one-off game. I mean, they still scored 200. This batting order they chop and change around a little bit. A little surprised not to see Raidu. I wonder if there was.
I think he might have been injured.
Small knock or something.
I think that was a big loss for them. If he was there, it would have helped them in the chase for sure.
And I think today was the second game for them. First game they didn't really feel it, but today I think they missed Raina. I think kind of Raina in that kind of situation, coming down 1 down after that nice little cameo by Shane Watson would add that depth. I just feel like there's 2 or 3 players in this middle order nothing to take away from Vijay, and Gaikwad was a debutant. He kind of just came out against Tewatia, first ball. Your first ball ever in the IPL. You don't come out the track like that and try to talk it out. But
that's where Raidu would have proved crucial, I think.
I think Raidu and Raina in this team, and they would have taken it home, I think. Sam Curran has been impressive.
The new Albie Merkel, man. The new Albie Merkel. Dhoni just knows.
Yeah, he's just been so good. I mean, with the bat and the ball, he's been providing the wickets. He also had a little bit of cameo. I think it was just not many. I think only 18, 20 runs. But what was it?
But that message, I think Dhoni sent a message that just go and hit it. And I think that's helping him. I think he's getting that license. So that's why you can see him confident. Like he's not, he's getting that backing. So I feel that's why he's going for it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have expected something like this
Yeah.
from Sam Curran. Yeah.
And a pretty solid game. I mean, after the first 2 3 games of 150 160, we saw a 200 plus game, which is always nice in an IPL, which means there was raining sixes. It's always nice to see that
Hmm.
in an IPL game usually. But yeah,
And nostalgic in Sharjah, man. I felt so nostalgic today. Like
yeah,
cricket back in Sharjah, like it was amazing.
it was quite something. And short smaller grounds always helps with those sixes. But pretty impressive performance. But any additional thoughts on just the review of the match for you before we go
Um,
on to
yeah, I just wanted you to walk me through the Lungi and Gidi last over, man. Those two no balls. There's just, that like cost them the game, because if those you take those 30 runs out of the equation, and Chennai could have chased it down. Um,
even if he would have given two less sixes, even if those two no balls, if he just normally bowled those, that
yeah,
would have just changed the complexion
it
of the
just
game
proves that
200 runs.
you can't make mistake those kind of errors, like giving extras, especially like getting hit for six. Okay, fine, but those no balls are you're giving the batsman opportunity to two more balls to hit sixes. Like it's
Would,
an 8 ball over.
would you consider Ngiri out, Bravo in?
Yeah, I would. I
Yeah,
mean, I think Ngidi had a really good first game. So Sharjah, even Bravo, I think could have got hit, but I think Bravo's a bit smarter at the death.
yeah,
Also, I think Hazelwood is in this team.
yes,
I would give
yes,
him a try. With the new ball, I think he is accurate. He might get hit in Sharjah, but in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, I'd give him a try. I think
right.
Hazelwood is like he's a good option to have. But overall, yeah, I think Chennai. I think Raina leaving has caused an imbalance, and they can't afford more injuries. Like if Raidu
Yeah,
got injured, someone else gets injured. Especially the Indian quota, they'll need them to be fit and playing.
I would want to see Gaikwad open the batting with Watson, and I'd remove Vijay for Raidu in the next game. I think that kind of balance
Yeah,
just
Murli
gives a
Vijay.
little
Let's
bit more.
speak about him, man. Like he's just not there. Like he's not.
He's
Today you would
completely
expect
out of
him.
sorts.
Yeah, you would expect him to step up today. He batted, but he just wasn't up to the mark. Couldn't get his shots going. He struggled a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
kind
I
of
think
disappointing.
Gaikwad to open, which is his more natural position, and Raidu to come down two down, and then this team looks a lot more balanced. I think with Faf one down, Raidu two, and then they have the likes of Jadhav, Dhoni, and Jaddu to finish it off. Piyush Chawla had a very ordinary game. Just in general, the bowling lacked for CSK. Tivatia, notable mention, the only kind of bowler that stood out for me, and Karan from the Chennai side, I think, to an extent. But yeah, who was your player of the match?
Player of the match. It's between Samson and Tiwatia. Uh, I would give it to Tiwati just because there was a big, high-scoring match and he took 3 wickets. That's the only
Yeah,
reason. But I
yeah,
feel that Samson innings is probably the best innings I've seen so far in this tournament. The Agarwal one is right up there actually as
yeah,
well. But
yeah.
I just like the way he played his shots. He was very impressive.
Agarwal was a little bit more pressure, I think, because he was
Yeah,
chasing
that
that
was
one
probably a
with
better.
Samson.
It was probably a better innings. But
Yeah,
Samson just like delightful to watch, man. The way he was playing,
he
and it
is
was an
such
easier
an
pitch to
incredible
bat
player.
on today. But like the way he was batting was unbelievable.
I can't believe he's not played for India more often. It
But
just is.
that's what I wanted to ask you. Like, can he be consistent this tournament? Because we've seen him in the past play innings like these,
Yeah,
play shots like these. He starts off and then he throws away his wicket. He scores an 80 next game. He scores a duck or like 10 runs and then 50. Like he's very inconsistent. So this needs to be the season where he stacks those runs up together. He can be
we've
the
been
highest scorer or right up there if he does. It's really
we've been
talented.
talking about him for the past 2 3 years, 4 years almost. He's been consistent. He's been in this part of this Rajasthan setup for a long time, almost 7 8 years now. And every now and again, he'll have one, maybe two really good innings every season, and then he kind of just disappears or falls short or so or some of the or something like that. So, um, if he can be consistent, I think he also, in my opinion, tips uh, punt for the Indian wicket keeping option as well. I mean, of course, KL Rahul is in the white ball cricket, but I think he brings in a lot more to his batting. If he can bring in that consistency, there's a good chance these guys win. But for
With
me,
Butler, yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying with Butler coming in, would you give Samson the gloves or Butler?
Oh no, Butler. Easy.
Butler, okay, okay.
Butler, he's a consistent keeper for England. Even Bairstow is not the keeper. Butler is the number one.
Yeah,
So I'd
but
give it to Butler for sure. Samson's a decent outfield player as well, so you can just continue to keep him as the outfield player.
yeah,
It'll be interesting to see who they remove. For Butler, probably Miller, pretty easy
yeah, Miller, yeah.
swap. They might reconsider that Tom Curran position. If if they want to try maybe some of the other guys that they have in their ranks. But Tom Curran was expensive today, so
Yeah.
maybe think about that. But I think overall, you gave it Trevatya, which is fair. But I think that I'd give my player of the match to Archer.
Oh,
I
that's a really
think
good call. I didn't even think of it
I
like that.
think
No, for me,
both with the bat and the
yeah,
ball, I think he was the game changer for them. I
yeah.
think.
Archer won them the game definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good
Just
call.
in terms of that, I think that 30 runs in the end, and then also pretty decent with the ball. I want to say.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree with
second
you.
half over was 4 overs, 26 runs, 1 wicket in a game where
Oh
300
wow,
runs were
yeah.
scored. So 200 runs were scored. So that I think is
Yeah, yeah,
pretty.
I agree with you. I think he deserves it. Like, but I
So
don't think like many people will think of it that way. But I agree with you. That was a game changing. But Tiwatia, the only reason I give him a shout out is because it like a spinner on a small ground to take three
right,
wickets. Yeah,
absolutely,
but
absolutely. I
but
think he
I
got
can't.
tonked in that last over. I think he went for
Yeah,
a few, so that's why he went with four overs with 37 and 3 wickets. So he just got tonked in the end.
yeah, I can.
Karan was expensive, Gopal was expensive, Unadkar was expensive, but Archer was economical. So
Yeah, I can't argue with that. But it's good to see you guys lose, man. Otherwise, you always make the playoffs every year and like win 5 6 games in the beginning of the season. So it's good to.
yeah, you were talking about sunrises yesterday. I know, I agree.
No, with Chennai Super Kings. But yeah,
uh, But yeah, it starts to look like your prediction about the new teams being part of the playoffs is coming true. The likes of Mumbai, Chennai losing games, Hyderabad losing game, which is usually the top three out there over the past 3 4 years at least.
yeah.
And then
I mean,
Kolkata tomorrow.
it
We'll
was a
see how they
lucky
go.
it was a lucky punt, but it could come true because the teams are balanced, right? There are
Yeah.
weaknesses and strengths in every team, so
Yeah.
that's why it could come true. Yeah.
Yep. I think we've covered today's game. Moving on to tomorrow, the big game, Kolkata first game,
Corvo
Kolkata
Lorbo.
versus Mumbai Indians. What do you got going over there?
I'm backing Kolkata all the way, man. It's
Oh, me
just
too, man.
all the
I
way.
told you they're finishing first this time.
Yeah, like I mean, it's a. I think they're. I wouldn't say dark horses, but I don't think people are keeping them up there. Even me, like they're not like favorites for me. Like I think you're taking a punt, like on paper.
I
But
said they're finishing first playoffs. I
yeah,
just don't know. This feeling is just the gut
yeah, but
that
like
talks.
if I look at the team on paper, there are weaknesses there. I think it's a good blend of experience and youth, but I feel that uh, there is weaknesses there. The batting order is not as strong, but if they have T20 players, specialists,
Yeah,
so if they deliver, and there's a lot riding on the youngsters. I think
yeah,
with the lack of crowds, I think they will have a chance. Today, Jaiswal and Ruturaj didn't perform, but we've
yeah,
seen Padikkal perform. We've seen the spinner Ravi Vishnoi perform. So I
yeah.
feel that KKR can step it up. They do have talented youngsters, and
Right.
then Andre Russell, the big man, man,
Yep.
all relies on him.
Yeah. Who's your player to watch out for the Mumbai first? Let's go.
Hardik Pandya.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I
Hardik
can't
Pandya.
argue with that.
He
That's a
hit
pretty
those two
solid shout.
sixes and got out to a good catch in the first game. I think he's in the mood. Like I've seen some
Yeah.
Instagram pictures that you've been sending me of him in the gym. He looks in
I did
the.
send.
You sent it or I saw it on Instagram. But he looks really fit. Like to be honest,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
looks in shape. Like after
He's
lockdown, we've
looking
seen a lot
solid.
of
Yeah.
people with bellies, but he looks in shape. And
Yeah.
I think that injury and lack of cricket has got that fire in his belly, and I think he'll perform.
I'm looking forward to Rohit Sharma. It's going to
Rohit
be interesting.
Sharma.
If he can really start them off, take them off to a flyer or something of the sort, then there's Mumbai wins. But Kolkata.
Owen Morgan and Andre Russell. If Narayan plays, I'll be very interested to see how he plays. I think he can
Yeah.
be the match winner.
Yeah.
But Andre Russell, it's the game will. I don't know where the game is, but if it's not in Sharjah, if it's in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, then the pitch. I want to see how he plays. Like if it doesn't come onto the bat, so that will be interesting.
Yeah. For me, young Shubman Gill. I think it's his coming of age tournament. I think for me, if he can, the stalwarts, you expect big things from Morgan, you expect big things from Russell, from
Yeah,
the likes of Narayan. But if they can be, if they can kind of be backed by this young contingent in terms of Gill, Mavi, Nagakoti, Prasid Krishna for that matter, if these guys can really, support these big stalwarts, I think there's a lot to go. But I think if they can open with Gill, give him that freedom to go out there, express himself, there's a good chance that this Kolkata team goes far. So
Definitely.
I'm backing
Yeah.
Kolkata and I'm backing Gill to make a big score tomorrow.
Definitely. I think the game is, yeah, I just checked, the game is in Abu Dhabi. So
Yeah,
I think Mumbai already played there the first game. So they have that advantage. I think
yeah,
whoever wins the toss will probably bowl first. Dew will
yeah.
come into play in Abu Dhabi.
Right,
But I'm going to be interested to see how the Mumbai spinners bowl. They bowled poorly in the first game. That could be the game. Mumbai's team is solid. So don't
yeah.
get me wrong. Like, I
There's
want to,
there's there's this big gap in their spinning
yeah,
department with the likes of Chahar and Kunal Pandya. Not
yeah,
not enough in my opinion. One more player would
yeah,
add to their depth,
yeah.
but we'll see.
And Bumrah will be interesting to see.
Yeah,
He'll be a key bowler. If he doesn't get hit, he bowls well. I think Mumbai will have a very good chance. They're a very good team. I'm just backing KKR just because I want them to win. But I think they have those match winners, T20
right.
specialists. But Mumbai Indians have a solid team, so I
Yeah.
won't be surprised if they take it close or even win the game.
Yep. It'll be good fun. Looking forward to seeing you in the next review tomorrow. Until then, take care. See you.
Thank you so much, man. Take care.